Desiigner would confirm that he left the label due to his father going in a coma. I guess he didn't go through with the sacrifice process.
My pops, and that's what kind of threw me off with the, you know what I'm saying? Because the reason why I left it was it's because, you know, I was going through like a little mental thing. I was coming up out of high school. My pops was in a coma.
We've all heard of rappers selling their souls for fame, humiliation rituals, and what can happen if you don't follow the rules. Now, over here, I'm not trying to convince you if any of that is true or not. I just give you my perspective through the camera. You give me your perspective in the comments. And hopefully we all walk away with a little more game than when the video started. Now that we got that out the way, today, we'll be reacting to a video from Jay MARVLIS. So let's dive in and see if he can shed some light on what really happened to the rapper Desiigner.
Alright, y'all. Rapper Desiigner broke the oath and they took his career.
This version of me is done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done.
Desiigner got his start in 2013.
People call it making out. They never said it out the post or nothing. Chopping over stuff and making the forest jumping when I catch up before it's front and chopping.
He would start rapping with the local rappers in his neighborhood and signed a deal with an underground label owned by Side God. Desiigner, along with Fresher, would release the song On the Low, which got them notarized by the industry. It wasn't until Desiigner would meet a woman by the name of Zana Ray, who worked for Hot 97. Him and Zana Ray would start dating. She would allow Desiigner to skip the line and left Side God back in the hood.
Desiigner went to Hot 97, right? When A Boogie went to Hot 97, he took Don Q. Desiigner took Xana Ray. Speaking of Xana Ray, I don't have no reason to keep my mouth closed no more. I'm tired of you. I've been tired of you, bitch. I don't give a f. If your man fell away, I told you that on the phone. The very first day that hit Hot 97, I told you I was not nothing to play with. I told you I don't give a f about you. You just a regular thot. I don't know who the f you is or who the f you think you is. I'm going to tell a story about how really went on Lexington, Boystown.
You sound like a female. He said, I'm going to tell you a story about how things really went. You sound like a scorned woman. First off, did y'all sign any contracts or anything? Because if y'all didn't, he don't owe you nothing. At the end of the day, it was Designer's talent that put him on. That panda. That shit was hard. I don't think I ever heard somebody who rapped like Desiigner before or who rapped like somebody after him. He had this unique style. That's what really popped him off. Everything else is just filler. And then you want to get on here and do what, a smear campaign? Sound like a jealous ex. What y'all think about when this kind of stuff happens and friends and business don't mix? You shouldn't be doing business with friends anyway, because this is what can happen. But he gonna come on here and do a smear campaign. Beat it, kid.
Let's just go ahead. You watch this. You want to be a part of this. At this time, 2 Milli is paying for all your. Shout out to 2 Milli. He was paying for all your. Xana Ray was broke. A broke bum with a mouth. That's it. All she could do was and She couldn't do nothing to nothing. Nothing. She had connects at Hot 9 because she was an intern, and you ran off of that. Ate your ass and all sorts of like that, and then you just jumped on her coattail. Couldn't afford that beat. Remember that. Remember, they tried to sell you the Panda beat for $20. That ain't have that. She ain't have that. She ain't have that. She ain't have it to copyright your. She ain't have that. That was me. You asked, the Funk Flex asked about the freshest, whatever the case may be.
So it sounds like from the story, the only thing you invested was $20. You said 2 Milli was paying for everything else, and you bought the beat for $20. So for your $20 investment, what you want on a return?
He asked about the freshest, was you gonna sign to them, and was you a group, whatever the case may be. Oh, my fault. Oh, that's what you're talking about, Trills. Hold on, Trills. Hold on, Trills. Was y'all a group, or whatever the case may be? You came to me and said that trying to steal your sound, that he was trying to steal your music. and all that. And what did I say? Huh? Huh?
Shortly after, Desiigner would release the single Panda and gain instant success.
I got broads in Atlanta. Just to be in the family.
After the success of his single Panda, he would go on to sign with Kanye's Good Music. But as y'all already know, once you climb the ladder of success, you gotta pay the price. In an interview with Vlad TV, Desiigner would confirm that he left the label due to his father going in a coma. I guess he didn't go through with the sacrifice process.
My pops, and that's what kind of threw me off with the, you know what I'm saying? Because the reason why I left it was it's because, you know, I was going through like a little mental thing. I was coming up out of high school. My pops was in a coma, you know what I'm saying? So while I was on tour, you know what I mean? I was just like, you know what I mean? Like I was having a great time, but I just knew something at home was happening, you know what I'm saying? With my mom and my, you know what I mean? My pop's health and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, you know what I mean? I wanted Ye to talk to, and it was hard to speak on it, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I wound up just like, I don't know, man. I just was going through, I had like a young emotion stage at that time. But I was having so much fun, bro. I got the music, so.
But in 2009,
he was only in high school too? That young? Yeah, the industry will drown you. You gotta be a little bit older and a little bit mature to know what's going on and know how to maneuver. But when you that young, the whales in the ocean, they circling.
19, Desiigner would break the oath. He would talk about the inner dealings of the music industry and how he didn't want to be a part of it anymore.
When you get on, I thought everybody was happy, but you also leeching. Now, I don't be trying to call him a leech, but you know what I mean? It is in the game, and everybody in the game will tell you that. You feel me? Like, people just use you for what it is, for the moment, when you hot, however they want to use you, and they feel like they don't want to help you out. Like, it's lame, but it's the game. You feel me? And I try to tell like, you know, all you want, you know, all the young need and all people need in this world is knowledge to help them get through things. And when people try to hide knowledge from people, bro, you know what I mean? They got something coming for them. That's all I gotta say. You feel me? Like, you don't hide knowledge. Like, especially when I'm right now, you see I'm doing my investments. I'm doing all that. You feel me? I ain't learning none of that good music camp, brother. Desiigner did that on.
You had a falling out with Def Jam and Good Music. What time was that? That was like a couple months ago?
Yeah, that was like a couple months ago. Yeah.
Okay, well, I was just curious, like, what were some of your frustrations with that, and how did that whole thing kind of occur?
It hurt me because I didn't learn anything. That's what hurt me, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't learn anything from this position, you know what I mean? I just did, it was more like, Desiigner, you give me music, I jump on it, and when I need my situation done, nobody's there to answer to it, you know what I mean? It was just like, what the f***? Even went down with New English, like, nobody else promoted that camp. Good thing Desiigner was big, you feel me?
Yeah.
But,
wait, like, no one did? Like no one at all?
I had push, you know what I mean? But, like, for the whole team to be, like, a genuine embracing them, like, yeah, it was just like, for me, it was what it was. And I was like,
see, that's what happened when you're young. You gotta hunt that down. You gotta boss up in there and move some in. You heard the story about Cameron when he was on Rockefeller. He said, wasn't nobody giving us nothing, so we cleaned out the janitor's closet and turned that into our office. You gotta come in there bogarting. Real talk. Even Kanye, to a certain extent, when he was on the Rock, he up in there bogarting. You gonna let me in the studio? Oh, there's a studio session? I'll be there. You gotta come in hunting the information down and making sure you're being very proactive. But again, he was young, so I get that. Once you mature a little bit, you realize, Chris, ain't nobody gonna give you nothing but to be in that situation. You gotta be a dog and go and hunt the and make sure they know I'm coming to get the information. Every time they showed up to the studio, I'd have been in there.
I was like, yo, it was weird because it was like, yo, bro, I'm the new energy, but I feel like nobody really wanted to give me that, like, yo, you feel me, that real big love, like that knowledge that I really needed. Because I'm not a kid that asks for money. You know what I mean? I don't give a f money. Like, my deal, I didn't even sign my deal for crazy, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, I signed my deal for a pound cake. You feel me? I had like 500, and then I made 5 million. You know what I mean? So Yeah, like I wasn't really in it for the brand, bro. I was really in it for the knowledge. I wanted to be around Kanye West to learn, you know what I mean, and know certain things, and you know what I mean, to help me get prepared for, especially coming out of 10th grade. It wasn't about none of that other for me. My pops wound up catching heart attacks. My birthday going past. I'm like, this nigga been telling me happy birthday. Like, it's a little bit like that. And then I was just like, nah, bro, I can't be around a brother like this, you feel me? Like, you know what I mean? So I was like, yo, let me just move on. get myself sturdy. I got fans in Europe. I got fans in Russia. I got fans in the town I need to see. And it's like, keep it moving, man. Like, Desiigner just got to keep the steps going. I ain't going to be trailing behind no other man waiting for, you know what I mean?
After Desiigner went against the powers that be and showed that he was gonna be independent from now on, they were trying to sabotage his career. In 2023, Desiigner would be on an airplane and be accused of indecent exposure.
But so what, like, because I feel like part of the fascination with the storyline for people and why it went so viral is that people just didn't really understand. So was it like you thought that it was funny, or was it more something where like you were just fully like tweaked out of your mind and you just didn't know what you were doing?
Yeah, didn't know what I was doing. I was fully tweaked out of my mind. This is when I was vegan. I didn't have enough sugars and stuff like that. Yeah.
When you was vegan? My mother-in-law vegan. She don't be tweaking out like that. I ain't have enough sugar. What was this situation really about? Because it wasn't about not eating meat. That's a wild excuse.
So it was like, I was kind of like out of my body. It was an OBE experience, like, word. It really wasn't like who my character was, and it's just like, word, bro. I was on Met, I took and word, and just went to sleep on the plane.
And so the FBI's waiting for you when you land?
Word, for real.
And what was that whole process like? Like, what kind of questions were they asking, and how concerned were they?
Oh, man, they was like, yo, like, why would you do that on a plane? I'm like, out of my body, saying just like, wow, just like, yo, like, but word, I had to get back home and just get myself together, word, meditate, get myself back together and stuff like that, excuse me.
And so,
as of recently, Desiigner still can't catch a break. He would be standing at a gas station and be accused of mistaken identity by the police.
You all right, bro? Yeah, bro. Okay, all right. Everything all right with this, brother? It's a lot of manpower for this. You good? All right? It's a lot of damn... How often do you go get tired while something like that? Just making sure this brother's...
Look at I thought that was Tariq Nasheed's voice. I said, hold on, that ain't Look, he a real one though. Hop out and throw the camera on. Say, hold on, you good, brother? He said it's a lot of manpower for one dude. That's a real one right there. And making sure don't nothing happen to you. I'm going to turn this camera on for you. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed.
They got this brother hemmed up here.
On March 25th, 2026, Desiigner would be arrested for DV. Let me know what y'all. Did Desiigner go against the powers that be, or did he just have his time in the game? Leave your comments below.
Wow. That's crazy. So Desiigner got on in 2013, and now in 2026, he getting arrested 13 years later. The game is cold, man. Once you get in there, and especially again, what we talked about earlier, if you that young, the game can eat you up and spit you out. Be careful. Guys, that's another banger. Listen, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like Jay MARVLIS said, did he go against the powers that be? Or did his career just run its course? Again, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm out.